Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a really unique community, one that perfectly connects deep professional expertise with the simple joy of just sharing what you love. If you're an expert, an academic, or a specialist in any field, you probably know this feeling. Your life is immersed in your subject, right? But your main way of sharing that passion is often in a pretty formal setting. A lecture hall, a conference, a classroom. But what happens after the official Q&A is done? And that's the real question, isn't it? Finding a place where it's not just about presenting facts and figures, but about starting a real conversation. You want an audience that's not there for a grade, but just because they are genuinely, totally curious. A community that actually wants to hear your story. Well, what if I told you a place like that actually exists? Let me introduce you to the Sri Lankan Literary Society, or the SLLs. It was founded all the way back in 2009 with a very clear idea in mind. Just look at the key words they use to describe themselves: socially, friendly, and family atmosphere. This tells you right away this isn't your typical academic society. It's a space built for intellectual exchange that feels more like getting together with old friends. So, what does a meeting actually feel like? Well, it's this fantastic blend of things. It kicks off with an expert presentation. And hey, that's where you could come in. But it doesn't stay to lecture for long. It quickly flows into these really lively discussions. And the whole thing is wrapped in the sense of community, with shared food, and it often ends with a big, heartfelt sing-along. It's as much about connection as it is about the content. But look, for you to really get the spirit of the SLS, you've just got to hear it from the members themselves. So the next few slides have some direct quotes from a recent meeting, and they show the incredible range of conversation that can happen in just one night. First, you have this. Just pure joy and camaraderie. This is what you hear right at the start of a meeting. People just catching up. It's warm, it's personal, it's all about the spirit of the gathering. And then, bam, just moments later, the tone completely shifts. This is a member deep in thought, analyzing the socioeconomic layers of a poem. It just goes to show you the intellectual rigor is right there, this genuine desire to unpack complicated ideas. Then you pivot right back to this, a wonderfully casual exchange about finding a great Sri Lankan restaurant. This is that family atmosphere in action. It's the kind of easy, comfortable chatter that only happens when people feel completely at ease with each other. And this quote, this one just captures the society's essence perfectly. A member appreciating the tiny, intricate details of poetic structure. So you've gone from restaurant recommendations to the very crux of poetry, all in one seamless conversation. It's a space that holds both with the exact same level of enthusiasm. And this is hardly a new thing. The SLS has been creating this unique environment for well over a decade, and its legacy of learning is pretty impressive. Just take a look at this journey. It all started in 2009 with a deep dive into the history of Bela music. A few years later, in 2013, they were dedicating home meetings to Sinhala poetry. By 2018, they were exploring paranormal experiences. And of course, when the world changed in 2020, they just seamlessly moved to Zoom and took their community international. This is a group that's built on pure curiosity and the ability to adapt. I mean, the sheer breadth of expertise they bring in is just astonishing. This is just a tiny sample of past topics: modern art, forensic pathology, robotic surgery, the human-elephant conflict, even our cosmic ancestry in the stars. The point is, no matter what your field is, no matter what you're passionate about, it has a place on this stage. And, well, that brings us to the real reason we're talking about this today. The SLLS is actively looking for new voices, new experts, and new passions to share with its amazing community. This right here is the key takeaway. This isn't about finding yet another venue for a lecture. It's about finding a home for your knowledge, a place where it's going to be met with warmth, with sharp questions, with lively debate, and just genuine, heartfelt appreciation. And getting involved is so straightforward. It really is this simple. You just reach out, you tell them what you're passionate about, and you join a community that is truly, deeply eager to listen and learn from you. I want to leave you with this final quote, which was part of a discussion at a recent meeting because it just captures the SLLS philosophy perfectly. It's not about being a passive audience. The presenter provides that initial spark, but then the whole community enriches it with their own thinking and their unique perspectives. It's a two-way street that makes the knowledge serve everybody in the room. So,
After all that, it really leaves just one final question for you. You have the expertise, you have the passion, the years of knowledge. In a community this curious and this welcoming, what story will you tell?